Welcome, fellow trackers. I am Nick Metzger, and my partner, my co-host in crime, Mr. Sean Abbott. We are here. We're both here at the same time. It's been like 3 weeks. I don't know. I can't even think. We are very happy to be here this week. It is August 15th, 2024. It's Thursday. That's what it is, of course. I know. We got lots of stories to talk about. 7, to be exact. 7 stories to talk about, and a smattering of Game Pass games that we're going to chat about. But before we dive deep into the realms of Xbox, Mr. Sean Abbott, how's life, sir?
It's good. It's so good to finally see you. It has been 2 weeks. We dropped the public service announcement audio last week. So anybody that doesn't catch the audio, there has been some problems. There has been some issues. Mainly been extremely busy because the kids are off school, and I have worked stupid amounts recently. And then Nick, unfortunately, got stuck in Philadelphia. He had a little impromptu holiday with the wife. All was going very swimmingly well until you decided that you needed to come home. And then in doing so, you were interrupted by Debbie, who was a big downer. She was the storm front that was making its way across Florida last week. So our thoughts go out to everybody that was affected by that, but it also affected Nick in terms of he couldn't travel home. So he was very late back. And because of my stupidly busy work schedule just recently, we just could not find a time to marry up until now. And even now, it was difficult.
Gosh, no kidding, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're just jinxed with life, flights, and internet service providers.
Sean, I have never been stuck anywhere in my entire life. Like, I've never, literally, people are like, there's just, I got nothing for you, you know? Like, you're just here at an airport, or you can rent buy a hotel night or something. So, yeah, for, basically 2 days, like a day and 3/4, something like that. We were supposed to fly out, be home on Tuesday so that Sean and I could podcast, which, by the way, I missed. For us, was a fairly decent election. It was a primary election for all kinds of stuff. So I missed our elections. I missed our podcast. I missed all kinds of stuff that day. I was like, dang, this really sucks. We were stuck in Philly. Not a horrible place to be stuck. The only bummer is we were going to take the kids there next year. So it was like, well, do we really want to go and do all the things that we're going to do with them in 8 months? Not really. So we walked around the John Hines Urban Refuge, which was fun. It was a good time. We were it was super hot, so we were soaked in sweat by the time we were done. But we had a good time. Then we were supposed to fly out at 4, which, by the way, that at the John Hines Urban Refuge, that's when I passed the guy. The guy that just made me crack up because it was something I thought you would totally say. He was walking. You could tell he was struggling. You know, we were all struggling. It was lower 90s. And at that point, if you passed somebody on the trail, you had chosen to do the long trail. And I was like, hey, man. And he was, and I'm not going to remember. I wrote it to you pretty much exactly how he said it because it was more fresh in my mind. But something like,
I'm sweating my bollocks off here.
Yeah, and it was just like that too. And it took everything I had not to crack up laughing. And that's all he said. He didn't stop or anything. He just I'm sweating my bollocks off here, and just kept walking. And I was like, that's fair. Me too, pal. We're in the same boat.
Somebody needs to get that guy some baby powder. Yeah. I swear by that stuff.
It was like just a moment of Sean, just dipped down in the John Hines Urban Refuge. Loved it. So yeah, then we went to fly out at 4, and we got delayed to 6, and then 8, and then 10. And long story short, we didn't get home until 5 a.m. the next day. So yeah, it was crazy. It's the thing.
You had a good time. That's the thing. You went away. You had a good time. You got deep in the culture of Delaware in that area. Dover of Delaware, of course. Which is nice. You got away. So
yeah.
And while you were away, and we were planning to try and get a podcast, and I had a week off. We spent some time up in the Yorkshire countryside, which is very nice. We did Malham Cove. We took the dog. He turned into a mountain goat, jumping over dry stone walls and basically going anywhere we didn't want him to go. So if you've ever watched Harry Potter, the Deathly Hallows Part 1, I believe, where Hermione's kind of zapping them to different places. They end up camping on this what looks like a load of rather large square stones in the floor. That's the top of Malum Cove. So I opted to have Rex on his lead at that point because it's a sheer drop.
Yeah,
and it's a good 100 feet plus to the bottom.
Don't Rex be feeling his oats and think he can make a jump he can't make.
Yeah, super dog. Oh no, splat.
Yeah.
Pizza dog.
Yeah, exactly. No, the pictures you sent are super cool. So yeah, it's really neat to see it that way, and then like remember it from like Harry Potter. It's really cool.
Yeah, and Emily enjoyed it with two. One of the reasons why we wanted to do it is because she was a big Harry Potter fan. So she was like really made up that she'd been somewhere where they'd actually filmed a part of the film. So she was really happy with that. Which was actually 5 hours of hiking in total, which was nice. And then we did a few other bits and pieces. Pretty much had a really busy week off, and then went back to work and was really busy. So yeah, it's just me. I'm looking forward to the end of next week when we go away. So yeah.
Again, good for you guys. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Becca is back at school. The school year started for my wife. She's in Indiana. Our kids go to school in Michigan, so they start on Monday. So life is ready. Like I feel like we're in the plane and the engines are going, and it's like things are about to get crazy. My daughter is currently at soccer practice because she has been invited, which is very cool. I think I might have mentioned this last podcast, like 1,000
said
podcasts.
She was approached.
Yeah. So she said yes. She wanted to do it. So now we're travel sport parents, which I never in a million years thought that would be a thing that we'd be. So I'm trying to like keep up with that and the school schedules and work and
full-fledged soccer dad.
Yeah, right. I got the soccer. I got the minivan. So I'm all there. I got it. I got everything I need. So, and it's crazy. You go to these practices, there literally are like, there's like 3 or 4 soccer dads just like sitting in chairs, and they'll be sitting there and they'll be like, Jude, you're offsides. Ben, you're offsides. Yeah, it's just so funny. I'm just like, I'm like, I haven't started the yelling yet to join in the full cadre of fellow soccer dads, but it is really funny that they just sit there and they're like, you need to go wide, Ben. You need to go wide. Like, I love it. Like they're the coach, you know, like they're just like, I'm pretty sure the coach is out. I'm pretty sure the coach is out there, you know, but anyways, it's fun. But Sean's right, man. Even trying to get here today was tough. I came down with, we're going to wait for this. People are going to be like, he said it wrong. I didn't. I came down with pharyngitis like 2 days ago. I'm now taking antibiotics for that. And then the internet went down like at 2 today. It literally just came up. Sean and I were just talking on Discord on my phone because we thought we weren't going to be able to do this. I mean, man, the chips are against us, Sean, but we will push through and make this happen one way or another.
Oh, yeah. Nothing can stop the bromance. So.
That's right. I love it.
No. The only other thing I have going on at the moment is we've started watching American football. So Lindsay is following the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. We now have, with our Sky package, because we argued with them the other day, we now have access to watch all the NFL games on Sky Sports. So we are now fully fledged and getting behind all the playoff games and everything leading up to the Super Bowl this year. So
nice. So I mean, have you guys watched any of the preseason stuff?
That's what we recorded the Chiefs preseason stuff. That's what we started watching.
Listen, if you're watching preseason games, you are dedicated. Okay, that's just a fact. Because, I mean, like, I haven't seen it. I'm like, it's just preseason at this point. I'm not going to get involved. So, kudos to you guys. You guys are dedicated.
The thing is, Lindsay follows the Kelsey brothers. Mm-hmm. With being a massive Taylor Swift fan, she's quite keen on the Kelsey brothers. So, that's one of the main reasons why she's watching it. But then I think she quite liked the hype behind the Super Bowl and the whole show and everything last year. So, yeah, we're in. That's it. In for a pound, in for a penny. In for a penny, in for a pound.
There you go. Well, I am a sad Lions fan, just rooting away, hoping that maybe this year listen, I'll just be happy if we get back where we got back last year, to be honest.
I'm going to say they did very well last year. Did, yeah. Considering what I've read, like analysis-wise on them over the years, that they, yes. And what you've said over the 5 years that we've known each other now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cursed to be a Lions fan, so I'm still just rooting away over here.
Anyway, that's enough about life. We fully apologize that we have missed 2 whole weeks of episodes. There hasn't been a huge amount of news. That's why we didn't mind missing the first one. The second week, we were kind of like, okay, Gamescom's happening, which we're going to talk about later in that feature story, because it's all about Gamescom and everything that we think is going to come and happen. But before we do get into any news, I will take us very swiftly through the housekeeping, which, by the way, is with the public service announcement that Nick did last week. He did a very good job of it, because I screw it up more than anybody else in this world. So yeah, you can find us on pretty much every social networking app that's out there. Just search for
You're fine. I didn't mean to freak you out. That's going to happen from time to time. You don't.
Why?
You don't want to see you don't want to see the stuff that happens when you have pharyngitis, Sean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is to do with
we should have talked about that before we got here. My bad.
I'm like, okay, what's he done? Anyway, now we're completely screwed up the housekeeping.
I did it too.
We should do. So you can find us on pretty much any networking app, social networking outlet. Everything is at GPT. You can also find some of our other sister channels. That is PlayStation, Nintendo. Everything's on there. Just change the first 3 letters. If you have any thoughts or any questions, you can join our public Discord, which is now a VGT Discord. The link is somewhere in here in the bio live chat. It's posted everywhere. Where you can find myself, you can find Nick, you can find all the other members of the GPT on VGT team, along with over 2,000 different members. And if you are liking what you are hearing, we'd love it if you could leave us a review on the podcast app of choice that you listen to. Drop us some comments in the live video, jump in on the live chat, anything like that. It helps us grow, helps us reach more people, kind of bumps us up the old algorithms. And of course, we wouldn't be a Game Pass show without promoting the big daddy itself, Xbox Game Pass. So if you love Game Pass and you love our show and you want to show your support, you can head to the link in the description and sign up to Game Pass from the Xbox.com website. You'll not only be supporting us, the Game Pass Tracker Show, which we absolutely love and adore, and we love you guys, but we'll also be signing up to the best gaming subscription going, which is Xbox Game Pass. So sign up to whatever level you desire, whether that be Core, Standard, PC Game Pass, or Game Pass Ultimate. Just go play your own way by using the code in the chat or the show notes and help us to continue creating the awesome content we love for you, our amazing fans. So, without further ado, after a 2-week delay, let's talk about some Xbox news.
That's right, folks. This is the X Feed, where we talk about the top stories going on in the Xbox world. And we have 7 of them. 7 of them. That's because we've been away for a little bit. Plus, there's been a lot of stuff going on. So, first off, man, sad news. Came out a couple weeks ago. At this point, a week and a half-ish ago. It's official. Xbox's Avowed has been delayed until 2025. Sean, what do you think about that?
I think it was kind of inevitable it was going to happen. They had a lot of big games all coming, and it's a lot of plates to spin and keep everything going on track. Also, you don't know what kind of stuff they're hitting problem-wise in the background. If they've had like a change in direction with some of the game art or anything like that, they've had to strip back and kind of go back and rebuild, So yeah. So February 18th, 2025.
Xbox has pitted this as there's so many games coming. We want to give players time for their backlogs to breathe. I love it. I love how you just angle that. That's perfect.
Yeah. This is your fault, guys. This is because you have so many games to play. We just thought we'd do you a favor.
That's right. If you'd finished your effing games, Avowed would have came out this year. Way to go, folks. You screwed up.
Go play your backlog.
Yeah, you're nice because you're like, well, it's inevitable because there's so many games coming. I appreciate you.